everyone, it's Anne Manera and welcome to another color along. So happy to have you with me today. So Scarlett says hey. She just arrived on the scene, and today, let me get my my book that I need. Today we're coloring. Okay, I'm back. Today we're coloring. I'm gonna get myself settled, you know. Today we're coloring a page from Color Along Volume 17, and today's page can also be found in Holiday Gnomes coloring book. So let's see what's happening here. Let's take a look first. So we're gonna do a flip through of Holiday Gnomes also while we're here today, and this is the page we're coloring. This is today's page. It's bright colors. That's the topic today. So I do have a piece of paper behind my page, as always. And I am going to be using Crayola Twistable crayons because I thought that the colors in this are pretty bright because really they're kind of geared towards a kid. So I think that all coloring products that are geared towards children are probably the brightest of the colors. So the other thing that's going to happen today is that what I think is bright may not be bright to you, right? So this is really subjective and really just based on personal opinions. So let's do a flip through of Holiday Gnomes coloring book. This was a fun book to draw, and so many of you that watch my color alongs all really encouraged me to draw gnomes, especially Alice Blakesley. She really encouraged me to draw gnomes. So a big shout out to Alice for really helping inspire me to create this book. So Holiday Gnomes coloring book, let's see how many pages are in here. I believe there's 24 pages in here, right? 24 pages times 2, because I always put 2 copies of every page in all of my books because I think it helps to share with a friend, or you can color twice. You can try out different coloring techniques. So this book is filled with all gnomes in Christmas little settings. Of course, there's some snowmen in there. This choir is singing, and there's some girl gnomes, there's some boy gnomes. Just really kind of a holiday setting, a holiday scene. Some of the pages are set up like this, like similar to my Frenzy books and or the View books. This one is this is one of my favorites actually. This little gnome family with their 3 little kids. Oh, let me go get the phone and see who is calling me. Probably no one I want to talk to, right? Nope, nobody. Let's turn it off. Crazy telephones. Whew. Have you noticed that the telemarketer people have increased lately? Did you notice that Rachel from Card Services now works somewhere else? And I personally, I think she sounds like a man. I mean, her voice has gotten deeper. I don't know what has happened. Maybe she's changing her ways. Maybe she's decided to change her voice now that she works for a new company. I don't know. There's Walter, there's Laura. All those people, you know. Okay, so anyway, back to this book. Cool little gnome couple. Of course, a little dog with Santa. I wonder if Santa has a dog. Do you think he would have a dog? I think he would. Here's one with little gifts. This kind of reminds me of the wise men. You know, the 3 wise men. Here's one with some stockings hanging on a fireplace with these 3 little gnome guys. We talked about whether or not gnomes have faces, right? I don't really think that they do. I think that they're trying to hide something underneath. Maybe they can see through their beard. I'm not really sure what the story is with these guys. This is a cool page because it has not only gnomes, but snowmen and a dog and a cat. So that's cool. This is what's on the cover of the book. So this is the page from the cover. This book is available on Amazon, and of course I'm going to the repeat pages here. This book is available on Amazon, and it's also available on my website as a printable copy, a PDF copy, as are all of my books. Sorry about that little bit of a wobble. Let me get everybody back settled, okay. So you can get that book on Amazon, as well as my color along book. The link is in the comments below on this video. So I'm going to start out with red as we color and chat and talk about what's happening in life. And I'm going to start out with red for this guy's clothes. And I'm going to use a heavy pressure with these Crayola Twistables to get the color to be the brightest, because I think that The heavier the pressure, the darker the color, the brighter it becomes. If I used a light pressure on this, it would look a little more pink. So I don't know. So what do you think? So what do you think about, what is your version of bright colors? What do you consider a bright color? I don't know. I mean, hot pink. I guess hot pink could be bright, right? Yellow is bright. Green, like a neon green, could be bright. So I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit more pressure. And I'm not really worried about staying in the lines today. This is going to be kind of a, you know, go with the flow type coloring page. This is a nice bright color, this yellowish color here. I'll give this guy yellow. So I just want to give a quick reminder to everybody to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. I have a goal that when I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, I will do a giveaway. So stay tuned for the giveaway. Let me just get something else so I can color this. Too many up and down today, you know? So what do you think bright colors are? I mean, I'm looking at this set here and I'm thinking that this is a bright color, even though it's kind of on the reds. It's almost like a magenta color. So, I mean, look how that's kind of bright, right? Even though it's not really dark, but it's pretty bright. I'm going to color the bottom of his... what do you think this is called that these gnomes are wearing? Is it a dress? Is it a... maybe it's a toga. Maybe they're partying, you know? Party togas, party gnomes. Party over here. I'm going to give these little spots on his hat some of these. These little things right here. So what do you think? How many more weeks until Christmas? Let's see. Today is November 4th, right? Is today November 4th? Yes. November 4th. And I don't know. How many more weeks till Christmas? Keep hearing about all of like the supply shortages for Christmas, right? That just kind of bugs me when I hear all that. Here's another bright color. One thing that's not in short supply with and stuck on cargo ships is original artwork from a local artist, right? So shop some all this year, that's for sure. All right, let's see. I don't know, shout out some colors. What do you think? What colors do you think? I think that this is kind of bright, even though it's a darker color, but it looks bright to me. So I'm going to color this, it's a purple color. Because not all holiday gifts have to be wrapped in like, you know, green and red. But you know what I find is that when I'm creating something towards the holiday season, now tell me in the comments below if this happens to you. When I'm creating something during the holiday season, I don't know what happens to me, but it's like my mind just is all stuck on the colors of the season. So it could be the Easter season, it could be Christmas, it could be Valentine's Day. No matter what the season, it's like, oh my God, it's stuck on that season. Does anybody else have that happen to them where it's like everything, you're constantly like subconsciously pulling a green crayon or a red crayon or marker or colored pencil during the holiday season? It's like these like subliminal messages that are happening as you're creating something. You got to really make a conscious effort to not do that, you know? I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you don't want your artwork to always look like, you know, matchy-matchy to the holiday season. That would be just, I don't know, that's tough. That's a hard thing to figure out what to do. All right, so here's this blue color. I kind of like it. Now, one of the things, too, that I think that makes this look like bright colors is that it is a lot of colors, right? So very colorful to me is bright. I'm not sure about his nose, though. Oh, I'll give him a pink nose. I don't know. What color noses do gnomes have? I'll give him pink. And I feel like these are his hands, even though he is without fingers. I'll give her some pink hands also. This guy has blue because he looks like he's a little frostbite. All right, let's go back to some yellow. And I'm going to give this lady gnome with her lady pots, this lady gnome yellow. You know, sometimes the holiday season as it comes upon us can be a little overwhelming, don't you think? It can be, you can get a little overwhelmed by everything that's happening, peer pressure, pressure from family, and I think it's important to remember to still stick to the same routine. Did you all see my new Thanksgiving book? I'll have to do a flip through, and there's a video. Maybe I'll link. I could link the video in the comments below to the new Thanksgiving book. And I've been putting the videos to the books at the end of my my videos, like the flip throughs. This is kind of a turquoise. This is pretty. Oh, that looks really nice next to her yellow hair. Next to her yellow hair. So lots of new books have been being released from my studio. Pocket-sized books, Thanksgiving book, cats and dogs, kittens, cats and kitties. Oh, dogs and puppies, I'm sorry. Cats and kitties. What else? I have a huge list of books that I'm working on coming through the end of the year and going into beyond. So, I mean, let me know in the comments, too, what type of books you're interested in seeing me release. Plus, the holiday sale is happening over on, as we speak, it just started a couple of days ago, is happening over on the Creative Souls Collective Facebook group, where I'm part of a group of artists that, where we're having a huge holiday sale throughout the entire month of November. So I should pop a link on that, right? I'll pop a link in the comments to the holiday sale, because I have so many new and different types of artwork. I have some felted paintings, I have acrylic paintings, and I have some really cool giftware, hand-painted giftware. So I have some Santas and some snowmen and some little trucks. So that's going to be a lot of fun over in that group. So if you can join us over in that group, it would be awesome. But I'll definitely pop a link into what's happening. All right. So there's this dude here. This is the lady. She's going to have orange shoes. Now, I'm not sure about their beards. I think I have to kind of stick with the same, like, you know, color of the beard. This looks like it could possibly be like a silver color. And even though we're talking about bright colors, I'm going to give this guy a silvery beard. Is it beard or beard? I say beard. And this guy also. And, you know, even though I'm coloring just this beard here, and this is all one color, and you can't really see it because of the gray, I still want to make sure I color kind of in like the same direction of the beard, and almost kind of like make the, you know, color like I'm coloring hair. And then it will actually kind of pop in, it'll kind of start to look like that. All right, here's brown. I think I will give this guy some brown shoes, because he looks like he's a sensible shoe kind of guy. you know, when you're wearing a sensible shoe. Are you a sensible shoe kind of person, or are you like, I don't care how much my foot hurts, I am wearing that type person? This is another bright color. I used to be a, I don't care how much my foot hurts type person. I'm wearing that. But now, you know, I just feel like life is too short for your feet to hurt. So I don't know. So I rather have comfort. But tell me, what do you think? Is it worth the pain of the shoe? Or is it just not worth it, and you're like, you know what? I don't care. Give me the sensible shoe. Comfort, comfort, comfort. How boring, isn't it? Okay, so here's that purple. Now, we've got the handle of this. I'm going to go with yellow for this handle. I just bought these really cool little lanterns like this, without a candle, of course. But these really cool LED lanterns on Amazon a couple of weeks ago. And we had a power outage in my area a couple of weeks ago. And it was really, I just felt like I was not prepared for this power outage. I just felt like, just slip this under here for a minute. I just felt like I'm not prepared for this. I have candles, I have flashlights, I do not have enough candles, I do not have enough flashlights. I don't know, it wasn't fun. So I did some shopping and I purchased these little LED little lanterns. They're actually like camping lanterns. They're very cool. So this reminds me of it. It has a little handle like that. Funny, during the power outage, I did not lose internet. On my phone, that is. But I did lose internet at my house. So, that part wasn't fun. Well, I had to use... Of course, I lost internet in my house because my Wi-Fi... My router was not working. But, because it didn't have any power. But, what a pain in the neck when you lose power. Isn't it? I'm just going to give this guy a little bit of a greenness. And then let's give, let's use blue for this one. Oh, this is purple, I'm sorry. This is the same purple as that other one that was back there. And now what other brightness can we add here? I think I'm going to add a yellow bow here because I'm just trying to keep things bright and festive and, you know, merry. And I mean, I know in the background in your world, you're probably singing Christmas carols. Sometimes, I think it was last year that Christmas carols started playing early on the radio. Does anybody remember that? I don't know. When did Christmas carols start? I keep thinking this is blue, by the way. I keep picking this up thinking that it's going to be blue, and it's not. And I don't really want it every time I pick it up. Doesn't this look like blue to you? That looks like blue to me. It's certainly not coloring like a blue. It's coloring more like a purple. All right, let's add some yellow on the middle of the wheels. Keep it bright. So you got to also consider that what you're putting next to each color will also affect the color that it's next to, right? So this is a bright color right here. This is a green color. So sometimes what ends up happening is you put a color next to another color and they enhance one another, or one enhances the other, or vice versa type thing. So choosing your colors and your placement of colors. Oops. Choosing the colors that you want to use and enhancing the place will enhance each other. So you got to be mindful of what you place next to each other, where you place a color, you know. So there's that green color. Just get this. So one of the things that will really kind of enhance this green is maybe using this darker green. So I've got this green. This is really bright. So let's see what also happens when we kind of add this darker green to maybe the undersides of everything, and even just kind of like a scratchiness over. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. I keep waking up with the hiccups in the middle of the night. Isn't that crazy? Does anybody else have that problem? Oh my goodness. I may have to call Dr. Google and see what the problem is. All right, so here is that that green on top of that other green. That kind of makes it look bright, doesn't it? Now this layer of the tree, I'm going to just kind of use this darker color green. And I don't know, is there a third green in here? I thought I saw a third one. Maybe not. Maybe just in my head I saw that. So the other thing too is that I am picking up some scratchiness on this page because the previous page from last week's color along, which was just a blue pen, apparently I did not have enough pieces of paper behind it so that it would not create kind of like the impressions of the lines. And I don't know, I mean, I guess if you really kind of zoom in, if you were sitting with me, you could get your little magnifying glass and you would be able to see right there that there are actually some scratches right there. Like, you know, when you were a kid and you did your homework, does anybody else have this happen? You did your homework at like the kitchen table, and the kitchen table forever has like the indentation of your homework and your signature and all of your writing. You know what's weird is that every time I touch this, it must be like the oils of my finger are getting on this. Isn't that crazy? That I'm getting those darker lines. So I want to kind of do this like a burnishing technique in a way, where I'm doing heavier pressure, layer on top of layer on top of layer. So it looks really, really bright. All right, so we've got this green here. See, isn't that weird that that's coming out with those little black lines? I don't know why that's happening. Then this is turquoise, so we don't want that. This is the other green I thought I was talking about. That one's not too bad. Oh, then we have this light green. Well, if I add a little bit of this on top of this, mix my peanut butter with my chocolate. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to this one right here, which is the first one, and color into this layer. I'm really excited and looking forward to next week's color along. Next week's color along is Night Skies. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun because not only, I mean, when you think about the night sky, what color do you see in the night sky? I don't necessarily see, I'm just going to give this a light pressure just like this, the scratchiness. I don't necessarily see dark, right? Black sky. Sometimes they're purple. And I think that it's going to be a lot of fun to use your imagination during that color along. And well, we'll just have to wait until next week, right? You just have to wait to join me next week, and you can see what all the hoopla is about, right? So hopefully you can join me for that. All right, so we've got all of this part here already colored. All right, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to add. See how I had that little bit of scratchiness? I don't really know why that happened. Maybe it was just meant to be. I didn't do that on purpose. Just kind of happened. But it does kind of simulate a tree, doesn't it? So we're going to leave it, and we're going to be thankful for it. Okay, so now I'm thinking it's a blue sky, but it's still snowing. But we have to give the bottom of the tree brown. Here it is. I thought it left me for a minute there. I mean, we want to be bright with these colors, but we also want to be realistic. I mean, we don't want to have like orange tree trunks and pink trees, you know? So you want to still kind of be a little realistic. Now the bottom portion here, I mean, we want to say, well, it's snowing, so there should be snow on the ground, right? But how do we make that look like snow? So the first thing I'm going to do, I know, crazy, is color it white. So I'm going to give it a white color to the whole thing. Even though you can't see it, I'm still going to give it a white color. You know, one of my books, Snowman Frenzy, I had it published on cream paper because there's a ton of snowmen in it. And I thought to myself, how can you color these snowmen if they are white? White snow on white paper. That doesn't make any sense, right? So I had it printed on cream paper. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now I'm going to take a light purple. Is this the lightest purple I have? Maybe not, because this one kind of looked like it was light purple. This one is. Isn't that weird? That does not look like that. But anywho, this is the light purple, and I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow. You can also do like a blue, because when you think about snow, snow is a reflection, like a prism, of everything that's around it, of all the colors around it. Do you ever look at snow sometimes when it's really deep and it almost looks like blue? One year I was convinced that we were being poisoned. I'm going to take a little bit of pink also. One year I was convinced that, you know, something's wrong here. Why is the snow blue? And I started Googling it and trying to figure it out. And I guess apparently it just kind of looks like that as it's dense. So a bit heavy, dense, wet snow, for those of you that get to experience such a thing. Kind of almost looks like blue. And it almost looks like the color of windshield washer fluid. Has anyone else experienced this blueness of the snow? But the other part is that it's like a prism. So the prism you'll kind of get a reflection of all of those little colors. You can also add a little bit of blue in there. This is a light enough blue that we can add. Now I'm pulling this out completely here, so that we can just kind of color it on its side. You know? And then our snowflakes are going to be white. The background I'm going to make blue, because I'm figuring that it's a blue day, it's a blue sky. It's, you know, sometimes it snows when the sky is blue. I guess it is a way to have everything all at once, right? So there's that one that keeps fooling me every single time. All right, so this one is the blue that I want, and I'm going to pull it out. Can I pull this out completely, I wonder? I don't know. No. It's as far as I can get it, right? But I don't want to break it while it's in there. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to break it off. And I'm going to use this little piece. Because what I want, let me put it on a little bit of an angle and pivot you around a little bit. What I want to happen is I want my sky to look like that. I don't want it to be have a scratchiness to it. I don't want it to have too much of a point. And as I bring myself down into here, right? Kind of come into here, come into the bottom. And bring it all right down here. Now, one of the ways that you can also really enhance what's happening here is to add some sort of oil onto it, like a blending oil or even a vegetable oil, or I mean, I guess just not motor oil, right? I'm gonna add just kind of a little bit of this light blue to kind of my spots that aren't really colored. And there we go. And I'm going to consider this one done. So this is a cool, fun book. You can check this out on Amazon or on my website. All links will be at the bottom. You could get a hard copy book on my website also, not just a PDF. And just a quick reminder one more time, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And if you could like this video, that would be awesome. That would really, really help me out, because the more times the video is liked, the more times it'll show this type of video to people just like you, and we can just kind of grow my YouTube community. So thanks so much for joining me today. Stay tuned to the end of this video for a flip through of this book, a quicker flip through, YouTube video flip through of Holiday Gnomes, and I will see everyone next week. Hey, have a great day.